Okay, so the first thing you do when you start Car Companion is you have to create a user login name. And you do that by pressing the menu button on the left and then the login button. Now it's going to have a default username in here, but you can change that to whatever you want. So I'm going to call it test user 4. Okay, then I'm also going to create a password for that test user. You can call it, it can be anything you want. It just has to be alphanumeric characters, so either letters or numbers. And then you press the check-in button. If it's successful, the login screen disappears. If it's not, it'll give you an error and tell you what to do to fix it. So now that we have a login, it can generate maps for you. Right now, we have no trips, so there's nothing that's going to show up on our trip map. So we have to start driving. Okay, so we started our Lyft driving mode for the day, or our Uber driving mode for the day. So we press our driving button. Right away, it tries to log you in, and it plots you on the map. So we start driving mode. Now we just got a request from Lyft to go pick up a passenger. We arrived at the location. We picked up the passenger. We confirm it in the Lyft app, and then we confirm it in Ride Companion. And now it plots the point. It shows the pickup address, and it tells you you're still in driving mode for Lyft at the bottom. So they tell us where they want to go, and we start driving. So now you can see all our drive time is starting to populate on the side. It's giving us some information now. It's logging in how many Lyft rides we did, how much time we spent driving for Lyft, how many miles we have driven today in driver mode, how many miles we've driven in a lifetime for driver mode, and how many miles we've driven this session, meaning we weren't in driver mode or any mode. It's just total since we opened up the app. Okay, it's also giving us some GPS information here. It's showing us the direction we're traveling and the distance in between each point plotted. Okay, so now we're arriving at our destination. We're going to drop our passenger off. Okay, the passenger said, hey, I want to be dropped off right here. So we say, okay. We press the Lyft button. It ends the trip. It plots it. It gives us our end location, our total distance driven, and our total time driving for Lyft. We're done driving all together today also, that we only wanted to do a real short trip and not make a lot of money. So we end our driving mode. It says how many miles we've driven for today, and it all adds it to our map now. So now we can see our driver log map. You press on the log map button. And it says for today, for Lyft, you can see our trip there. It was 1 minute and 1 second, or 1 minute long and 1 second, 1 minute and 1 second long, and about a half a mile, 0.4 miles. If we click on our start of our driving mode, it's not going to show any time. And then if we click on our user map here, it'll show all the users in our area that have been driving today. So we got a couple test users, which I created earlier. And we can click on them and see what's up with them guys. So the last time we checked in for test user 4 was at this date and time here. And then this guy here is giving a Lyft ride. And then right here, another Lyft ride on that date and time. And that's just so you can see what other users are doing. It's kind of a social thing to do. Gives you some bragging. Look what I'm doing. Look what I'm not doing. Whatever. All right. And there's also some settings in here you can change. Okay, you can change your default map zoom. So if you want to zoom in a little more, a little less, show more information in your area. You want to enter your mileage manually, you can check that button, and that'll use information from the odometer on your car. So at the start of a trip, you have to enter in the last 5 digits on your odometer, and then at the end of your trip. It'll ask for that information again, and it'll calculate the difference between the two and use that for mileage. So if your GPS isn't very accurate for your phone, you can use that. Also, your user, if you have a image online, you can add a image to your profile that'll show up on the map. So when you're on the user map and somebody clicks on it, instead of showing the little pin icon, it'll show your image instead. All right, so for now, that's what Ride Companion does. It saves all this information in the internet, so as long as you remember your username and password, you'll have access to it for a lifetime. All right, well, I hope you like it, and I hope it's useful for you. And that's pretty much it for now. When you're done with the app, you just hit the power button in the side, and that's it.